Hey, what is up? This is Nook Starcraft here with a Starcraft 2 commentary. This game is going to be between two familiar players. It is going to be Liquid TLO spawning as the red Zerg at the bottom side. Then we have its opponent, none other than AT Sage spawning as the blue Protoss at the top side. This game is going to be on Daybreak, and you know, these two players are quite familiar. People know who Liquid TLO is. He is from Team Liquid, obviously, and he's been switching race here and there, and now he is settled with Zerg, and he's been doing pretty great so far in different tournaments. No, real results yet, but everyone loves him for his unorthodox play. Then we have AT Sage, who's not that popular amongst the people, but he is of course a Korean Protoss player, and he used to be in the team NS Wholesale, which is like a really top Korean team with like Jakji, etc. So he is now in Team AT, and he is in the Poland team, Ministry of Wind. He's in the team house and he's practicing there, so really excited to see what he has in store for us, as he is going to be going for a Forge Fast Expand. Not surprised, especially on Daybreak, where the map distance is huge, and not only that, but everyone goes Forge Fast Expand anyways. But yeah, so going for Forge Fast Expand. Interestingly enough though, nice pylon placement there. Not so common that people place pylons in that position. We will have to see how he utilizes that, as this pylon placement may hinder him because of the mobility that might block his units from going up and down, since only like a single or two unit can fit there at once. So his unit, if TLO goes mutalist, for example, his stalkers would come out one by one, and that might actually play a huge role, as TLO taking his second at the third, because he knew that Sage had probe all the way at the expansion, and there was a potential that cannon rush could happen. As Sage is he going to cannon rush? I don't know. I mean, TLO definitely doesn't see it, but he knows it's there, and he's going to position his probe. No, he's gonna run away, and this is nice play there by Sage, because it's really important for him to later on scout the Zerg with the probe to make sure that the Zerg is in fact taking a third, and not only that, but the gas, because gas can mean quite a bit. And AT Sage is going to try to get up there. Zerglings already in position, going to block off the probe from getting in, and meanwhile Sage is going for a standard Forge Fast Expand. So he is using two pylons side by side to power all these. Nice pylon placement. It's really interesting. Not a lot of players do that. And we do have Sage scouting again, and scouting formation is very crucial, as if we look at his vision, he pretty much doesn't see anything. No gas, no third, only the expansion, the second expansion, as he is going to scout it. However, note in mind though that when a Zerg takes a expo here, it usually means he's gonna take another base here. So Sage probably is aware of that, as he is going to scout to make sure that there is a second. And not only that, but it's really important to scout the gas. Gas is by far the most important, because even if the Zerg is off 3 base, what happens is he can go for a 3 base all in with the Ling bailing, and it can hurt the Protoss a lot if he doesn't scout. And the probe is going to do a magnificent job scouting the third to make sure it's planted down. And not only that, but he did see that the Zerglings don't have speed yet, meaning that the Protoss is quite safe at this point, as we see Zealots on the way, more Zealots, and Stalker is being chrono boosted as well, and he might do a tad bit of pressure here and there to force out some Zergling, and that's always great, as Zergs always do want to, of course, go and drone up. Meanwhile, we do see a Roach Warren on the way, probably going to be followed up by a evolution chamber for the upgrade, because if you get the upgrade, then your units will be much more cost effective, allowing you to win the game pretty much, as Zerg upgrade is really important, since they're much more fragile in terms of units go, but their quantity is what really it's what really makes a difference, as AT Sage going to be pushing up with the 2 Zealot and a single Stalker, setting down that pylon. And this is a really good play from AT Sage, because note in mind there is no other gateway for ATSH to really warp in through. He's just putting this pylon to scare the Zerg into forcing him to making the unit so that he doesn't have any like that much drone. And we can see that TLO only has 41 drone, and he wants to drone up more, but he can't because there's a potential chance that Sage may warp in like 4 zealots from this pylon and actually do a lot of pressure. And that's the key thing about this sort of play, is forcing the Zerg into doing something that he doesn't want. And that's a really important aspect of play, as Sage, not only is he going to be economically you know, like even with the Zerg, because Zerg is usually and always ahead of Protoss in terms of economy. Not only that, but he can safely transition to Stargate. He can safely transition into anything he wants because of this, and that's going to allow him to sort of you know, do what he pleases. And the TLO, after that push, he probably still has no idea that the Stargate is coming, and that's going to catch him off guard even more, because, well, he only has 3 queens, I believe. No, 2 queens, and 2 queens against 5 Phoenix or 4 Phoenix. That's not gonna do enough damage, as Sage is probably gonna save up around 4 or 5 Phoenix, and he's going to push with those Phoenix and lift off as many queens and drones as possible and do enough damage while sniping the observers, I mean the overseers, and the overlords, sorry, as Sage moving out with this 4 Phoenix. He's going to do quite a bit of damage, and you know, TLO still doesn't see this, has no idea what is going on, and overlords are being you know, evacuated, as you can see. If you know, Sage does find this, in fact, then he's going to do a ton of damage. He is taking down the first queen already. Spore crawlers on the way from TLO, and is it going to be enough in time to sort of react to this, as he did lose a lot of drones and overlords already with a single queen. And queen does make a lot of difference. Single queen can larva inject, and larva injecting allows you to get, you know, double the larva that you normally get off the hatchery. And with that amount of larva, I mean, you can do a lot of different things. It's unfortunate though that TLO did lose that queen, which means his production is going to be significantly behind as well. Meanwhile, Sage taking that 3rd, giving him the great opportunity with the Stargate to take that 3rd, and not only that, pushing back with the Immortals. And Sage is just on the game right now. He is just like on top of everything at this point. He knows everything that is going on. TLO just cannot break through this whatsoever. No matter how he tries, this army is just too powerful at this point. Blunder there for force field though, letting the units escape free force field. But at this point, I mean, TLO is so behind. However, he is going for it. TLO just streaming in unit, as you can see on the minimap, red units everywhere streaming in, and he's going to try to surround this. Is it going to be possible? As nice force field there by Sage, you know, bringing down that chunk, and the Void Ray comes out, going to help a lot against these roaches, and they're going to push these roaches back, and that's going to be huge, as the roaches are still racking up in numbers. And it does look like the Phoenix lifting up and helping out with the roach count. And this is just not looking good for TLO. He's streaming in more unit, but at this point, I mean, is it even worth you know, streaming in that many unit? He is getting the Overlord speed upgrade, which is quite interesting choice there, maybe possibly because of the Phoenix, but he is going for a push, and he's going to maybe snipe this Immortal. No, beautiful force field there by Sage, saving that Immortal. That is so huge, and lifting off the rest of the roaches with the Phoenix, cleaning this push up. And it does look like Sage is going to secure this expansion easily. And not only that, but we do see a robotics bay on the way with more Void Rays spawning out. So it does look like Sage is going to be well prepared for whatever push that the Zerg player might do. However, TLO sniping so many sentries, such a nice play there by TLO. Sentries you know, running out of energy already, and not only that, but sniping the new fresh ones with full energy, and that's going to be a really crucial you know, aspect to this defense. And note in mind, TLO spreading creep everywhere, and that's such a nice play because he can get his reinforcement much faster. However, Sage does in fact have those overlords out, and that can really do a a huge damage as he's losing a bunch of overlords and trying to snipe the immortals. However, nice force field with zealot placement there, and Sage is going to just push this army back, and TLO really should not be pushing through this. He is in so much trouble. Sniping a single immortal, maybe. No, not going to snipe that immortal as well with the 15 HP, and beautiful lift off there from Sage. That was just absolutely crazy. Just lifting off that immortal to make sure it doesn't die. That was some next level play right there. As we do see, you know, the Phoenix clearing out more Xel'Naga. It does look like there was a small War Prism attack that sort of failed, and however, more roaches are spawning, and Sage is really just looking good at this point, going to crush through this reinforcing army, and Sage scouting through, patrolling through to make sure, you know, that he can in fact fight this army, because he needs to see everything. And GG. Wow, Sage just absolutely destroying this army. Perfect defense. This is one of those games where, you know, a player is showing off how great his defense is. He was just on top of everything. The attack, you know, the forcing out the unit, the way that TLO reacted just wasn't enough to beat Sage. So that was a great example of a perfect defense. But yeah, so that was just, holy crap, that was just really good. And TLO also played really well. It was unfortunate though that, you know, Sage did in fact trick him into thinking that he was going for some kind of pressure, and forced TLO into making a bunch of more unit that he really should not have made, and that's pretty much where it cost him the game. So thank you guys for watching. This was NMrUUG Starcraft, and subscribe.